Hi everyone, it is the Oracle Princess Tarot. I am Lori-Lynn and thank you for joining me today. I usually redirect my chair. So I'm going to let you know that I'm just going to be a short reading. I have tons of work to do and it's Friday, but I thought I'd just do a reading on what's coming up this weekend or what perhaps could. And I'm going to say this is going to be related to, I want to do it towards Father's Day, so I'm probably not going to post until after Father's Day. So just pick a pile between 1, 2, and 3. The first is I call it the Angel Heart Crystal. It's raw. The second one is the calcite. And the third one is the crystal point. Okay, so roll the dice, and the angel princess, that's fun, comes with the number 3, which is about unity. The number 5 goes along with the pile number 2, and pile number 3 goes with the number 7. So 5 is about change, and 7 is about intellectual adjustments. So if you want to pick a pile, go ahead, and I will begin. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with pile number 1 is I'm going to use my deck because I want to see where we're coming from, and from that point we are going to, I'll just choose whatever decks Spirit would like me to choose from. So your first roll of these dice, it's a complete circle. So this actually makes complete sense when it comes to the 3, because 3 is all about unity, and it's a coming together of different signs, symbols, unity. It's being able to work together, whether that's in a job or in a marriage, with friends, etc. Excuse me for that. And the second card is that of a goat. And so what Spirit just said is be stubborn, but not over stubborn. If that makes sense. Makes sense to Spirit, so there you go. But saying that, I'll also say that you have to know what your values are in order to be stubborn but not stubborn. So that's very much about coming together. It's about compromise, knowing what your values are, knowing where you lay, knowing where you stand, knowing what your truth is, knowing with your honesty, knowing what you really want in life. And that perpetuates you being stubborn about those things that are really important to you. Stay aligned with that, stay aligned with Spirit, and I'm just saying nothing can go wrong. You have to have faith and believe, and it's a tough journey. Sometimes. And number 3 and the O means that everything is coming together for you, pile number 1. So the first card that comes up, yes, okay, is the Spirit of Fire. So this card is the card that represents you, who you are within, female or male, but it's a gentler energy. Females tend to be more empathetic, more compassionate, and that's not always the case at all. But that's with it being the Spirit of Fire, and that being the Queen of Fire, that would say if you're a male, then it's a gentler energy. It's to be more gentle with your energy, be more gentle with your control. Now, when this card appears, often comes out when you're feeling like you maybe lost a little bit of control. But where you're at right now is reminding you that you need to come together. You need to find that balance, that unity. That's the number 3. You need to come together. So the passion that you have, the control, the focus is in the palm of your hand. So remember that. and knowing your values, knowing where you want to go, know who you want to be. Don't let anybody bully you or boss you around. Spirit bosses me around a lot, but okay. Oh wow. Okay, so the next two cards that come up, and I do do these together because the first card is the card in the position of your shadow self, which is the wisdom of the owl, and on the other side, which is the wisdom of the it's the reveal card, which is the wisdom of the tiger. What these two cards are telling me, is exactly what I set up here with the spirit of fire. The tiger brings us wisdom, all about keeping your eye, keeping your focus, knowing where you want to go, what your purpose. You know what? A spirit keeps saying purpose, 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 focus. Focus on your intention. Stay directly aligned with that. So this is balanced with the wisdom of the owl. Now, the owl is that intuitive person. So when we have the spirit of fire, knowing that passion, that fire is in our own control, the wisdom of owl comes out and reminds you that intuition lies deep within you. And she can also represent a grandmother coming through for anybody that has lost a grandmother, great aunt, somebody along that line that was very wise and could help you with decisions. And so what they're saying is reach out, trust yourself. I think what Spirit just said was that you keep asking and asking and asking and looking for, answers. Well, the answers are within you, but you have to learn to trust and listen to yourself. The next two cards that come up, and these are the universal truth cards. And the first card is that of courage. And what that card just is saying to me is, as you're taking your power back, as you're defining who you are, remember that you do have the courage. Each step that you take is courageous. Just from where you've been, it's always leaping outside of the fear. That's what makes it more courageous, is stepping outside of that, outside of the fear that we don't need to hang on to. And the final card with the within this deck is the renewal card. And so I quite often advise my clients to, when they are cleansing, to take a shower with Himalayan bath salts and just kind of don't scrub because they can be quite rough, but just cleanse and it's sort of like a baptism, but kind of release what you don't need, just so you're clearing out, and just watch it all go down the drain. Sounds funny and perhaps a little unconventional, but I would definitely try that. So pile number one, I'm really understanding that this is about a new journey, or not a journey. Yeah, a new journey for you, new pathway along your journey. So you've had the courage to make the changes and moving forward, but you're having to really learn about your intuition all again. So what are the messages? Okay, they come up. Wow. Okay, so there's been some change in your situation where you're at. The first card that comes up is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is telling me that you need to seek the truth. But being a page, it's needing to, you're going to hear something. You're going to hear something that's going to almost maybe shock you, or just, it's not something that you're expecting, but it will bring a new moment of truth to you. And when this comes along, you will have that strength and courage. That definitely is within you. And that's being required when you hear this news, whatever that news is. I'm not sure what it's about, but there is news coming forward, and the news is going to reveal a new truth. That new truth, the challenge comes in next, is the Two of Cups. So there's a lot of lion and tiger in this whole reading. So there's a lot of strength, a lot of pride, a lot of condemnation. I don't know what that means, and I think there's a lot of condemnation. So that would say condemning. So moving away from this page after hearing whatever it is that you needed to hear, this is going to change your situation. It's going to change your thought process, your perspective of previous events, and all of a sudden that's going to open you up. But in that same respect, the card that comes with this is the Four of Cups. And this is another offering, but this is an offering of love. And if you stay, again, back in that energy of that, the stubborn energy, then you're not going to see what's being handed to you. You're going to be sitting there pouting. You have the strength, you have the courage to move forward. You have to draw from that. Don't just say, I don't have it. Say, I do have that strength, I do have that courage, and I can make this decision. I am as strong as I allow myself to be. So the final card that comes up, and this is the Five of Pentacles. And so you've been through a period that has required you to really learn about compromise, but it's also taught you about being fearless and taking a look at the broader picture. And walking away doesn't always mean that you have to lose everything, or it means that there's a change, there's a transition. And what that requires is truth and honesty. So be honest with yourself. What is important on this next part of your journey? And as you're, I do have just get a suspicion that this is, for some people, a change in relationship. A relationship with a loved one, that you may have some fear moving into the next stage of your life. And the two cards that come up from Angel Therapy, the first is the healthy lifestyle. So what Spirit is saying is start living the life that respects your body, your mind, your soul. And again, we're going back to the three. So you want something that balances, and it doesn't, you can't give up, your free time. You can't give up your meditation time. You can't give up your time with your family. There are certain things for you specifically that you get to choose. And the things that are super important, make sure that you are eating a healthy diet, that you're getting adequate sleep, and that you're exercising regularly, that you are being mindful and respectful of your body. And when it comes to thoughts, so the next card is Angel Therapy. And when I see this card, and it reminds me to always ask for assistance. Ask the angels for assistance. Ask your past loved ones. Ask the angels. Send your wishes up and just say, I'm having a really tough time with this. Can you please help take care of this so that I can continue on and not feel, guilty or any kind of sadness, that I can just feel whole and complete, because I really need to move forward. So the message is, that next message is coming upon this. Okay, so what I said before, prior to this, was the fact that this is about a relationship. So I will get the relationship cards out, but I also have to say this relationship's beginning with yourself, okay? It's beginning within you. because you're having to become more aware of who you are, what you want, where you're going. All of these really, really, I'm going to say creative, crazy things that you need to know. But this is about connecting with your body and listening to yourself. Sometimes we get caught up and we start living in a vacuum of, God, they just say disloyalty to ourselves. And this can be very damaging to our health. And so we're going back to the healthy, a lifestyle. So we want to connect to the knowledge that my body can release fear, and that allows me to open up to self-healing. So you want to fully heal yourself. So you want to connect with your body. This is what it's about. You want to get to know who you are. This is part of this is interesting also in the fact that it's saying that this is getting to know who you are, because there is either someone new coming into your life, that would be a romantic partner, that is going to, I'm going to say, fill that spot. There's a void, and it's not a void of codependency. It's just you kind of know that that person is missing out of your life. And so the first card that comes up from the romance angels is romantic feelings. So perhaps you haven't allowed yourself to feel. And that could have been from a past relationship, or, if you've been hurt, anything along that lines. All of a sudden, you're feeling different, maybe with a hop, skip, and a jump. And those feelings are real, but you have to be able to feel them, acknowledge them, feel them, and then allow them to sit with you so that you become more aware of them, and the fear will dissipate and bring forth just the feeling of love. And the next card is keep an open mind. Very interesting. And the answer, the response is, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And I had a very dear friend, and what she has taught me about that is to not attach ourselves to what we think we're needing to keep an open mind in regards to. Keep an open mind, because spirit, if you're asking the spirit for assistance, keep an open mind in what's coming forward, because this isn't about paying attention to red flags. This is about seeing in depth of this person that's coming your way. And so the next part is healing and learning. And this person, when they come into your life, I think there is a part of you that is they're going to help you and assist or allow you to move in a direction away from your past, but also seeing how your past has led you to here and how important all of those lessons were. As much as we don't always like the messages are real. And I just saw a card. Okay. Oh gosh, this is about your body again. Tune up your body. Just crazy, but tune up your body. Your body is miraculous. Stick to your regimes, connect with your body, improve your eating habits. Give yourself a tune-up. Just give yourself a tune-up. Be the person that you want to be, so that you can invite into your world the person that you want to invite into your world. So what is the message is that pile number 1 is receiving at this time. Yes. So this person that is coming into your life, I believe you may have had a connection with them previously, because the first card that comes up is I want a fresh start with you. So there may have been romantic feelings, and there may have been a separation, which might be more towards keeping an open mind. because the next card is forgiving and learning. There may be lots they've had to forgive themselves for. You may have to forgive them, but as you do so, you're learning. But no, they do want to start afresh with you. And the next card is I'm absolutely in love with you. So give them that chance to come into your life and to explore, at least explore the feelings that you both have. And the final card there is I never imagined so much perfection. I think this person might have been very fearful of relationships, so they may back away, but now seeing it with this open mind on both sides, when you have an open mind, you start accepting. That becomes unconditional. An unconditional love without expectation. And that means allowing that person to be who they are. Always, always. So the final card that comes out is Ageless Beauty. And so with grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into my unique texture of my feminine soul. And age is just a number. It really is. And I'm not sure how that plays into this whole path of, but it's remembering that you're not running out of time, that you have lots of time for what your soul's passion, soul's intention is. And so allow for that and respect it at the same time. Allow, respect, and bring in, give thought to, like more credence to what's going on at this time. Allow, just allow and take it one step at a time. Okay, so that's pile one. And I thank you, pile one. And that wasn't so much about a Father's Day reading. However, I said I can only give the messages that Spirit gives. So I'm saying if there's, that has to come into play and context within your life if you chose that pile. So that was pile one. Thank you. If you liked what you heard, then subscribe, like, and share. That's always good. And then I will move on to pile number two. And pile number two, pile number two, that is the crystal, the calcite. And again, that's from FreedomsWind. She has a TikTok page, I think. It's pretty cool. And the number 5, which is courage and change. So it seems that, which another thing that's interesting, because it's calcite. Calcite can be, it's not that, it can be not clear. And so I think what's happening is things are starting to open up, and there's going to be clarity to a situation that you're working through at this time. And you'll, yes. Oh my gosh. Wow, I don't know why I pulled 2 out of that, but I'm not going to. Sorry, I have to reshuffle these. I don't think I even shuffled them. However, the first 2 cards are shuffled. So the first 2 cards that come up as I'm shuffling them, the first one is the Spirit of Earth. And as soon as she came out, I became very apparent that there is a past loved one that is in your life at this time, pile 1, and they're wanting you to be gentle. It's a mother figure or a mother figure, so it may not necessarily be a mother, but it's a mother figure. And when this card appears, they always she wants you to make sure that you are checking your energy and understanding how magnetic your energy is, to be mindful of your energy, to see what you're bringing in. And so she's saying that what you want is there, but you need to be very careful, cautious, mindful, aware of what you're feeding your body and soul, what you're feeding your mind with, so that as you prepare to move forward, change can happen. Change will happen as you start changing your thoughts, and all that clarity is going to seep through this. It's going to say, you're going to go, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize it. And now I do. And so it becomes an opportunity to, with the reveal card as the wisdom of the tiger, to trust. Trust in your power, your strength, and your intuition. On the other side of it is the gosh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, so this is what you need to work on, what you need to balance. Watch for your dreams. Watch when you're visualizing, even your daydreams and your thoughts, because thoughts bring things, thoughts create things. And so you really are in a period of transition and understanding the fullness of this, the capacity of, your dreams and your wishes and your hopes. So to be really mindful so that change you want change to happen. It can happen and it will happen, but you have to change in order to allow for that change. So as I roll the dice, sweetness, this becomes Cupid's arrow, and Cupid is saying that right now it's really important to I have to put this out here because it comes with the card of the Scorpio, which is I am. So there's the card of the Scorpio. So to not be too obsessive, to not be too clingy, to really watch what your actions are, what your reactions are, how you're responding. Become mindful of the energy that you're projecting out. And so when we become really mindful of that, we don't blame others, we take responsibility and we become accountable. So that's what's going to change, rather than you blaming everyone else for things. And we don't do this always on purpose, and things do happen to us. Absolutely they do. That it's kind of great to be able to say, yes, that's the reason for, but nobody else is going to change it but yourself. So you have that passion, that strength, that trust, and that willpower in order to make the changes in your life. You also have support from the other side, this woman that has passed. I know everyone's going to be different, but I know this is for somebody, it's a wife that's passed on. And I have a feeling that it was unexpected, but she was a very beautiful, beautiful soul. If this person's not passed over, then it will be in the context that someone that's with you is a very gentle, caring, loving soul, and you may not trust them. And the reality is you can trust them, but you may not trust them because of, things that happened in your past. That's why these visualizations, communication, this strength, why this is so important is you have to be aware of what you're thinking, what you're talking about, what you're doing. So the three cards that I'm going to pull from the Archangel deck are, the first one is counselor, okay? Be your own counselor. In order to change, in order to be who you want, be your own counselor. It also says that you are a natural at counseling. So you perhaps yourself are that very gentle soul that people are just drawn to. If you realize that and understand that, then you can move forward and allow people to benefit from your guidance and reassurance, but you have to believe in it first. And you have to know that it's true and real within you. And that guidance is spiritually drawn in and connected. And the next card here is nurturing. So you're at a period, or I have two other cards. At a period that where you're transitioning, where you're coming out of this space. It really requires you to nurture yourself, to allow spirit to really just, enfold you, and to remind you to remember that you are loved, and that you're cared for. No matter what, you are loved and cared for. So then, because you are a beloved one. Wow. So this is all leading you on this journey. And I'm going to say unfortunately, but it's fortunate, because it's time for you to step up. It's time for you to assume your role as a leader in that powerful position that you really want, that you deserve, that you have worked for, that you have earned, and to do so with gentleness, lovingness, kindness, compassion, and empathy. So be the type of leader that you have wanted to lead. You in any sort of way, shape, or form, but be that type of leader. Okay. So pile 2, that's what I have for you today. And I thank you for allowing me. I know this was short and sweet, but that's the time I have, and I'm having problems with my internet, and I'm hoping that it's better today. So thank you very much. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, like, and share. And I'm going to go on to pile number 3, which is the clear point, crystal point, with the number 7, which is, knowledge. And this is really funny what I was just seeing. I actually just got a vision that becomes really crazy when that happens. Okay, sorry, I apologize. Okay, so pile number 3. This is, you're on a mission of knowledge. Yeah, and this knowledge is going to change you quite a bit. It's going to change who you are, and that change is coming through, wow. That change is coming through communication. That's the most important aspect of this part of your journey at this time. Communication, communication, communication. Thoughts, being very aware of your thoughts, your visions, your imagination, your dreams. Imagination, wow, is huge in this deck. Know what you want. It's almost like, because you're going to be doing this transformation, or this gaining knowledge through some sort of communication, whether it be online, taking a course, whatever it is, but you're gaining more knowledge. With that knowledge, you're moving into a period of love, of loving yourself, of self-loving yourself, but in a really relaxed way, in a very confident manner. And this begins within your imagination, because that's such a big part of your life. And I if I could rechange that name of that card, I would change it to hope, because that's where our imagination needs to be, in that place of hope. When we don't have hope, we often lose that ability to imagine, because we can't see past, today. And we do need to live in the present moment, which is true, but we also need to be able to dream and imagine and visualize, set intention, and walk towards our dreams, which is, the reason for creating a vision board. You are also in this huge period or place of transformation, but it's through learning. So much learning is going on, and learning comes in many forms. So really be open to all the learning that's presented before you. The 2 cards that are out are the wisdom of the snake. And that is, you may be pulling against that, because it comes with telling the truth and being honest with yourself. And being honest with yourself sometimes can be very, very difficult, but being honest with yourself about others can be difficult as well, especially when we feel self-doubt, or we feel not good enough. We feel a lot of these things, and so we kind of want to resist it at times. The wisdom of the snake is saying it's time to explore the mysteries of your life, to going back to learn about the elemental energies, your energy, psychic energy, just your connection with spirit, with your guides and those around you, what you're feeling. And the wisdom of the owl is on our reveal side, sorry, the wisdom of snake was the shadow side. Thank you. And the other side is the wisdom of the owl, which is our reveal side. So when people do, how do people see us? They see us as wise. And that can do a few things for people. Some people can be very intimidated, and some people can be very drawn to that. The people that are intimidated by that, that's up to them. That's their concern. It's not up to you. So trust yourself and trust in that knowledge that you've been given, that you have, that you walk around and carry with you on a daily basis. Be the love. Just be the love. And I'm going to pull a couple from here. To give a little bit of insight. Be proactive. There we go. Okay. You are worthy of financial security. Be proactive, safe. Start, making a plan. Take the necessary first steps towards your creation. If you want change, you need to be proactive in that change. You have the courage to do so. You need to write the storyline. You need to write the book. You can be proactive. So be proactive in your own journey. Value yourself. Value who you are. Make a disciplined commitment to you. Complete a vision board or a journal. Start a journal. Stick to a schedule. Keep your promises. Value yourself in every single way. And what I'm going to say to you is that every step that comes your way, remember to value yourself. When you're making a decision, say, is this valuing myself or is this devaluing myself? And the final card, message cards, is create, because that's what you want. You want to change. You're stuck in this place, and you had to learn to speak your truth, and then speak from that place of love. And now you want to start manifesting and creating. So begin today. Do something different today, just for the fun of it. And sometimes it's really good to throw away the watch or the clock, alarm clock, and go outside and just create, and let the child within you create an experience from that space. Go out and do cartwheels, sing a fun song, play hopscotch, but just remind yourself that you're in the game. I'm going to pick a couple cards from, Spirit's very funny when they come up with some of the things that they say. So I don't know, I just laugh at it. So I'm not laughing at you or anything. I'm laughing at the way Spirit says things. So the first message that comes out here is boundaries, which again makes sense because you're having to make changes. So with making those changes, really comes with having to make and create new boundaries. Most interesting is that I had a conversation with a friend yesterday on a walk, and she said, we both said the word boundaries together, and then she said, and stick with them. And Spirit said, and that's right. So the things with boundaries is you create the boundaries very clear. Those boundaries allow you to protect yourself, to nurture your intentions, and to follow the guidance of Spirit, listening to your heart and your third eye connected with Spirit. And so set your values, set your boundaries, initiate and partake in your life. The next is, we're talking about, wow, this is perfect. Do the last card from here. Your soul's truth. That's the change that needs to happen. What you have not been doing is listening to your soul's truth. You've been, listening from whatever other people have wanted you to listen to or to know or to understand. And it's time for you to listen to yourself. You have the courage to do so. Okay, it is a time of balance and, oh my gosh, a time of love for you. interesting that I picked up these 2 piles, which I wasn't going to do, but I'll do Romance Angels, because it's saying finding a balance within your love connection. And Spirit says this connection is a good connection. You need to honor this connection. Or someone needs to honor this connection. Someone needs to walk away from something. Somebody needs to honor this connection. Somebody, I won't even say it again. So this says, express your love. So go ahead and make the romantic gestures. Anyways, it says express your love. And I just said somebody needs to step up to this relationship. The balance isn't there because someone is not stepping up. And so I don't believe it's you, but if it is, it may be on both sides. It does need to express their love, express themselves, express the connection. You know what? Admit the chemistry. That's the first step. There is chemistry here. Admit it and use it. Like, feel it, fall in love with it, protect it, and support it. Okay? And the final card there is you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Not always the easiest to have a heart-to-heart conversation, but you can have it, and that's what's necessary. Again, this is all about you. Wow. This is all about you listening to your heart, okay, and telling your truth, of wanting to change, of needing to change. So things that will become very crystal clear, they're coming clear, and setting your, so as a point, setting your intention. You can move through that fear. Their next message is, you are so beautiful. They don't completely understand this person that you are, if you're in a relationship with now and having, issues and having to speak your truth and acknowledge things with, they are very much in love with you. They don't understand why you're in love with them. And I can tell them that you are in love with them because of who they are. And you could probably say that as many times as you want to, but it's up to them to realize that. So they keep that within themselves. That's going to change, and things are starting to get clear. They will get much more clear through knowledge of what's going on. You're just gaining as much information from this information that's coming towards you, is going to open things up dramatically. And so that's going to open you up to so much more. So the final card is the card of it's time to ground yourself. So this is grounding yourself in love. This is grounding yourself in acceptance. This is grounding yourself in who you are. Grounding yourself in you. Connecting to spirit, connecting to the love, connecting to a unity, connecting with books, connecting with information that's out there, connecting with everything that's possible, that's before you and in front of you. Okay, so I'm just going to, I think that's it, because I really don't have any more messages that I want to share. I keep thinking I do, but I don't. So pile number 3, thank you very much for being here. I know this was a bit of a quick reading, but there was a reason that it was quick, and so I'm off to start my day, which actually started about 4 hours ago at 5 a.m. Whoopee! And I'm sending you a love and light. If you like my video, if you like what you hear, please leave a comment, subscribe, share, like, all those kind of things, because it does help me out. And I do want to reach as many people as possible. That's always been my goal and my insight and what Spirit has led me to do. So namaste, thank you, much love, and care, happiness, and joy on the weekend. Happy Father's Day, everybody.